Okay, so here's a map of Gormenghast, and as we zoom in, we can see the where is it? The north wing. And the story starts with all the bright carvings. The bright carvings has a window at 1A. Flay visits him, visits Rotcard. He comes down the stairs into a quadrangle. He goes through one or two archways. He goes through the servants' archway there, and he makes his way down into a long corridor, down some stairs, on these 12 stairs, into a corridor. Halfway down the corridor, there's the kitchens there, the great kitchen. After the great kitchen, he exits at the back through number 4. That's the entrance to the stone lanes. Steerpike follows him. The stone lanes come under these lawns, and they come out somewhere at 63, the cat room. He sees also a countess through a peephole in an octagonal room. Then he drags Steerpike all the way down to here, to number 34, where he locks Steerpike in. Steerpike looks out of the window. He sees a quadrangle below him, but up above he sees some roofs stretching in an arc with 4 towers. 1, 2, 3, 4 towers. Of course, he climbs along these towers, then up some steep stairs there, then across number 51, which is a catwalk, and he gets to the Skyfield. He walks around the Skyfield at night, and he goes back to here. He climbs around this corner between 2 walls. He has to circle 48, which are a group of conical towers, and eventually he ends up here on the top of number 47. Now, he has a wait here and has a look around trying to plan his journey. In front of him at 50, across a gap, he sees the poet at number 50, and looking down here, he sees the Clarice and Cora's tree sticking out of the south wing. That's 40B. Even further down, he sees a horse at 49 and a young foal swimming in the tower, in a pool at the top of the tower. It's number 49. But eventually he decides to go somewhere else. He looks all the way up, and he sees from 47, he sees up this wall, up here, past along the top of 20Q, which is a quadrangle. Then he goes across this high bridge over these roofs. He keeps on going, and he sees that eventually he will get to number 9, which is Fuchsia's window. So Fuchsia stays in the west wing. This is her bedroom, 9A. It has 2 triangular windows. When she looks out of the windows, you can see Gormangast Mountain, which is somewhere here off the map. In fact, I've drawn Gormangast Mountain as a very vague idea. It starts here and it kind of goes round. Gormangast Mountain seems to go around everywhere. Anyway, from here, she can look out. She can see Gormangast Mountain. So you can see the carvers when they walk across the battlements. There's the carver's village, and that wall around it is where the winning carver has the privilege of walking along the battlements, so you can see them. She then also has her attic window, number 9. From here, she can see the kitchen quads. Okay, those would be there we are. There's the kitchens. There's the quads. You can see that quad. So you can see servants around, and she's disturbed. She knows something's happening. It's the birth of Titus, and everybody's happy, but she hasn't been told. So she can see them. She can also see from her windows. She can see the orchards, and she can see Pentecost, the gardener in the orchards down here. So that all works out quite nicely. Nanny Slag goes to find Kida, a wet nurse for Titus. She leaves from the main entrance, number 70, of the west wing. She walks down a path, through a gate. She turns northwards, and then here, at about 13, she looks one side, and she can see all the battlements. And she looks the other side, and she can see trees and mountains. She carries on going, turns left here, past a cactus, then heads north, and she gets to the carvers. The carvers, incidentally, only enter the castle once generally. That's for the ceremony of bright carvings. When they do that, they come here, they come down here, they come all the way down here, through here. See the path, the dotted path? And they go around here, they come down here, and then they come through this entrance, until they get to the right carvings. The carver's shelf, number 25. 67 there is the western balcony, where the Lord Groan will choose the winning carvings. Incidentally, this journey from the carvers to the carver's shelf, from the carver's village to their shelf, is 3 miles. That gives an idea of some of the dimensions. Now over here is number 63, the cat room, and number 5, the countess's room. Now the countess often walks with her cats at dawn over 52, the grassy terraces, the cedars, the lawns. That's where she goes in the morning. And down here, with the far side, is number 29, which is the call room, or the christening room. And from number 29, they look out through the bay windows and they can see the lawns. They can see these as number 28, the cedars on the northern side. Looking at some of the principal characters, 27 is Lord Groan's room. Underneath him is the refectory. And number 39 is the central library, where the tomes of law are kept. In the evening, Lord Groan likes to walk to the east wing, past the Tower of Flints, to his library. His library is in between a mossy covered dome and a taller building. That's his library there. Of course, Steerpike burns the library, and the twins, he makes a lot of journeys from the twins in the south wing across here to the library, making his preparations. And the twins, from their room and from their tree, are able to watch the burning of the library. Steerpike insists that they can't be any closer than that. Other key journeys and figures. Flay makes a journey from the library to fetch Nanny from the west wing, so he'll come along here, he'll come along here, he will make his way through, perhaps through the stone lanes, and he'll get up towards one of these quadrangles, maybe quadrangle number 2, and that's where he spots Swelter sharpening his cleaver and gets terrified, but he will carry on nervously up to here to 9A, Fuchsia's rooms, where he finds Nanny. Okay, so Titus, of course, has an earling. Just before the earling, Titus and Nanny and Fuchsia and Doctor and the aunts are down here on this dark sand, and looking over Gormenghast Lake. And Steerpike is on this path marked 44, which is the raft maker's traditional path to their creek. He spots them and he swims across to them. During the earling itself, it's on this lake. The people are all positioned amongst these trees, looking out at the earling. When they leave, they follow this path around here, up here, this path labelled number 41. They come through here and through here, and as they walk up this path, number 41, they are seen by Rotcod, who's at 1A, and he realises he hasn't seen anybody for over a year. Before I move on to Book 2, Gormenghast, there is the fight between the duel between Flay and Swelter. They start at Lord Groan's rooms 27. They follow their way through here. Flay tries to lead them to 36, the Hall of Spiders. Of course, Swelter is killed. He falls down. He's collected by Flay and the Earl, and they pull him behind the east wing all the way to the Tower of Flints. Okay, Book 2, Gormenghast. Well, at the start, Steerpike's got a whole set of mirrors. He can see Cragmire the Acrobat at 76. He can see Barquentine in his little room at number 30. Titus, of course, is spending a lot of time at school now. The school is number 11. 56 is Titus's dormitory. 58 is the school playground. And 57 is the professorial quarters. I've drawn the tree here because from that high window they have that amazing game where they jump out of the window, swing off the tree and fly back through the window and are attacked by the other half of the class with catapults. In the mornings, an ostler brings Titus a pony from the stables, and brings it to Titus, and he's able to ride around. He's supposed to ride around the southern wall, but occasionally he escapes all the way down outside towards Gormangast Mountain. Sorry for that slight pause. At one point, so we've got the shanty here, Flay shanty at 62. At one point, Titus, on one of his many escapes from the castle, he's going along this corridor 72. He can hear Barquentine parallel to him. He hides behind a statue, discovers a secret tunnel that leads underground to a hidden realm. He eventually finds a path that leads upwards, keeps on going, and the path comes out here at 37, near Flay's southern cave. One of my favourite festivals is the 10th birthday. Titus is blindfolded, taken out of the castle, and he goes up and up, further and further north, past these pines, gets to the chestnut woods, and in the north there's this very, very shallow lake where they have the 10th birthday party celebrations. While we're up here, when Flay is initially exiled, he hides in the woods and creeps through a gap in the wall, makes his way down through the west wing to see what's going on. And of course later on he's able to use this tunnel at number 37 to get into the castle. As we come towards the climax of the books, Fuchsia moves to some new rooms, number 31 in a handsome district, 33, and that looks out over the southern wall and the south spinneys. And then of course there's the great flooding and the hunt for steerpike. Titus gets a canoe, and at number 66 he sails his canoe along this tunnel heading north, and he comes out beyond the coupe. And this area will all be underwater, the silver mines and Gory. He sails up, you can see the carvers and their fleet up here at number 65, but also he turns around into the Twin Fingers, which is like a bay because it's covered with water, and he climbs up here. He's spotted by Steerpike, who steals the boat, and Steerpike hides in one of these rooms in the Twin Fingers. Titus, of course, has got no boat, so he has to come back. So he walks along the top of the Twin Fingers, and he goes along this high wall called the coupe, and makes his way all the way back down to the castle. Incidentally, the carvers, when they bring their boats for the Countess and the officials to use, have to return, and they return on foot. So because everything else is covered in water, so they probably make their way up this wall, up here, all the way up this wall here, to get back to their place, their peninsula, because all this will be covered with water and they can't get back that way, not on foot. But I digress. There are a few other important characters I haven't mentioned. The Doctor, he's either we're told at one point his house is in the East Quad, number 18Q, but it's also later on very obvious that it's in the Southern Quad, 24. Towards the end of the story, this is where Flay spots Steerpike leaning against a tree. Flay goes to get Titus. Titus says it's the Doctor's quad, so that's 24, and he gets the Doctor, and they follow Steerpike. He goes north at first, and then he curves around and goes down into this unexplored area, where somewhere the twins are dead at number 74, locked in a room. So anyway, that's what I've been drawing during quarantine. It's quite good fun to use a Kindle because you can just search for specific words and cross-reference quite quickly. I'll probably draw another map later on at certain points, but this is the one I've got so far. Thanks for watching.